On this night, the 27th of July in 1943, the Royal Air Force struck Hamburg on a bombing mission that resulted in a firestorm. It was a combination of heavy-duty bombs to break the windows and destroy the roofs of buildings, to open them up, to allow then the incendiary bombs that followed to set fire to everything. Because of dry weather and wind, perfect conditions were there for a firestorm, and the firestorm destroyed the city of Hamburg. It was a strategy that Bomber Harris and his butcher's list used repeatedly over Germany to a great effect to destroy German cities. Unfortunately, if you're on the receiving end of this, as the British people found out earlier in the war, it was a truly terrible experience. And the accounts that I've read are truly they're harrowing, to say the least. So there was an enormous human cost in this. And so what is the argument that was used to justify that? Well, Harris made the argument, and this was the official position of the RAF at the time, was that doing this shortened the war. If you break German industry, you break German morale, and what happens is the ground war ends sooner with fewer American and British soldiers dying in the process. The counter-argument, and this is the part that actually divides historians rather than just the moralists, was that German war production kept climbing through most of 1944, the following year, well after Hamburg and Dresden. So if the strategic aim was to cripple industry, it didn't do that. However, you could say that if these bombings hadn't occurred, industrial production would have been much higher. But anyway, I'm not going to get into an argument about whether this was justifiable or not from a moral perspective. What I would like to do is to take a moment to think about these poor people that were on the receiving end of this, and not just in Hamburg, but in Coventry and Liverpool and all those German cities that were destroyed in these bombing campaigns.